If you don't learn how to enjoy being alone, you'll spend the rest of your life feeling lonely. And don't even get upset with yourself for feeling this way, because at one point in everyone's lives, we've all felt this emotion before. It's completely normal. Feeling alone doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It actually means you might be in a season where you're being pushed to actually meet yourself. And honestly, if you're watching this video, I'm right there with you. I'm learning how to be alone without really feeling lonely. And I'm being vulnerable here for a second, but that's actually why I decided to make this video, to let you know that you're not alone. Because this feeling of being alone can almost also feel like being lost, when really we're basically just in transition. And if we're being completely honest here, we don't really know what's around the bend. We don't know what's around the corner. But instead of dreading that next experience about what is around the corner, we could just take a second and really just think about the possibilities. Allow yourself to get lost in the imagination of what can be, and look forward to those things and those activities rather than be so scared about what could come next. And another thing is that's so crazy is that you haven't even met a bunch of incredible future people that you will end up meeting. On top of that, you haven't even met your future self yet. You haven't even explored your full potential and possibilities of the person that you will be and that you are becoming. And so sometimes feeling alone can suck. It really can. But you have yet to even meet the full blessing and beautiful person that you are and the people that come with it. So today we are exploring that feeling of how to be alone without necessarily feeling lonely. So here are all our topics that we will be talking about today. It's going to be our chit chat roadmap. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First things first is that we are going to acknowledge it. We're not going to push the feeling down at all. We're not going to numb it. We're not going to distract it. No, we are going to sit with the feeling and acknowledge that we feel this way. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. But facing it allows you to understand it and dissect it rather than push that feeling down. Because the moment you stop fighting that feeling, it actually allows space for you to understand it. Now, this is a big thing for me personally because I have so many emotions, I have so many feelings, but there is a difference between facts and feelings. And although our feelings are valid and they matter, they are not necessarily always facts. And hear me out. It's because when you're feeling something, right? Sometimes our brains can let us feel almost like it's catastrophized. It's very like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is like the world's ending. Like your brain has a tendency to like blow things up in proportion because it's your brain, it's your emotions. Like you can't help but feel these things. I'll have to remember that our mind is a tool and we want it to be used like for us, not against us. Because if you think about it, sometimes your brain will like feed you lies like it's always gonna be like this, I'm never gonna get over this feeling, I'm always gonna be alone, like all these things, when in reality you can flip it and just decide like, okay, so this is where I'm at right now. These are the emotions I am feeling. This is like what I'm going through. Instead of just like deciphering through it, you're choosing to focus on the negative thought and believe them essentially. Which, once again, don't judge y'all because I'm going through this with you. Like, do not believe these negative thoughts that are going through your brain. Don't focus on them. Let them, it's almost like the wet, like ocean. You know what I'm talking about? Like, let the thought flow. You don't have to ride the wave with it. Hold up. Think of it like this. Say we're at the beach, right? And you're seeing waves pass by. Some waves are negative, some waves are positive. What wave do you want to ride on? What wave do you want to believe? Like, to be honest, the positive waves are way more funner versus the negative waves, which are just going to drag you down and drown you, essentially. That sounds so morbid, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, don't allow these thoughts and emotions to drag you down. You can just decide, okay, you know what? I've allowed myself to feel this emotion, but I'm cool. I'm gonna go now. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean, I'm not, I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely the type to have a dramatic moment in the shower. Like, you know, when you're just in the shower and you're crying and you're just like feeling all your emotions and you're just like, oh, this, like, I can't deal with this. Basically, you know, when you're feeling like really strong emotions and you in the shower, you just like letting it all out. We need those moments, and they're raw and they're beautiful and they're just a moment that we need to give ourselves. We all need them, but we can't let these moments suck us up into a downward spiral. Getting your emotions out, yes, we need that, but don't let it control you. You get to dictate your feelings. Take that emotion and transform that power into something positive. And don't get me wrong, because a crash out is a crash out and it's valid, but and to be honest, you just might be in a quiet season of your life right now. But quiet doesn't necessarily mean empty. And that just means that there's space. And you can fill that space however you want to. Good or bad. Why not fill it up with something good? Now we're going to talk about finding the root. Instead of spiraling, get curious. Ask yourself questions, the intent behind them, like, why do I feel this emotion? Has something recently occurred in my life that now it's bringing up all these emotions that I feel, all these insecurities. Ask yourself questions like, is it because I want to build deeper connections? Do you want deeper friendships? Do you want deeper relationships? Are they fulfilling you? Or maybe your values have changed. Are you avoiding yourself? Or realistically, is your life just changing right now? Because questions change everything. Because now might be a season where you're deciding what is going to be helpful to you and what stuff you need to really let go of. You're getting to know yourself better, because this season of isolation and the quiet might just be what you need to discover yourself and what you like and what you don't like. Get to know yourself so fully that you know what you're rooted in. Sometimes we need to take a hard look and see, maybe it's understanding what you need to actually let go of and cut off that is making you feel alone. Because to be honest, what's even worse than like feeling alone is when you're with somebody that makes you feel alone. That's like even worse. Or even like if you're part of a friend group that makes you feel like you're alone. Like there's because I'm telling you, the worst feeling is to be around a bunch of people but feel still alone. And it's because like you don't really feel seen. But you have to make yourself feel seen. How can you not love you? It's kind of like you just like, I'm telling you girl, love yourself so hard and get to know yourself so well and rooted in what you truly like, your firm foundation, so that you won't ever have to question nothing, because you're so rooted in you and you're so comfortable that it's like, I'm alone but I'm not lonely. It feels so good. It feels so good. So like I'm telling you, sometimes you don't even have to gain anything. It's more about cutting things off and you'll end up feeling so whole within yourself. Which brings me to the section of building yourself. It's time to date yourself, girl. Like really, really learn to be with yourself, by yourself, with yourself, for yourself. And it is such a beautiful transformation, because we are not performing, we are not distracting. Instead, we are just getting to know ourselves so thoroughly and not filling every second with noise, but just with being. And it's so fun, like getting to know what you like, what you don't like. Because to be honest, as much as we want to have like a yes, that is for me, it's also important to know like, no, that is not for me. And what actually matters to you. Because the truth is, if you don't know yourself, no amount of people around you is gonna fix that loneliness within. And you deserve to feel so seen and so loved by you that everything else is truly just an add-on. And think of it like this. This is like the fun thing. This is my analogy. You are an ice cream cone, okay? An ice cream sundae. Your favorite flavor is your foundation. All the little toppings, that's your hobbies, that's your interests, that's like the things you want to try. That's just like all the fun stuff, you know, the little toppings and things like that. The chocolate drizzle, that is your uniqueness. What makes you you? Basically, it's like your edge. And the cherry on top, that is you getting to show up for yourself each and every day. The cherry on top is you discovering yourself each and every day. And the best part is you're allowed to keep adding to it. New flavors, new layers, new versions of yourself. It's actually a beautiful experience to learn to just truly like get to know you and like build your ice cream sundae. Because doesn't it seem less intimidating? It's like, oh yeah, I'm just like making an ice cream sundae. Think about it. Like if you imagine yourself as an ice cream sundae, how much funner is it to just make an ice cream sundae? Like, apply that to yourself. It truly is beautiful to just learn to be with yourself and alone and to just enjoy the process, because realistically you're not missing anything. Instead, you are actually in active pursuit of building your ice cream sundae. And like, how beautiful is that? Now, I do believe that this is important. Your connection circle. Forming connections with people is so important. And just because we're talking about being alone does not negate that you should not make relationships with people to begin with. Learning to be okay alone does not mean you never have to have people. Wanting connection is human, and learning to be okay alone doesn't mean you're never gonna have people. Wanting a family, friends, love, relationships, these are completely normal and a beautiful thing. We shouldn't cut ourselves off from actively pursuing these things too while we're learning to be alone. The difference is when you start building a relationship with yourself first, you actually stop looking for people to complete you and instead are looking for people that complement you. And don't get me wrong, it's so fun having friends that with complete different interests and things like that. No, just who complement you, who help you grow as a person. So when it comes to actually meeting new people, you're actually looking through a lens of curiosity versus emptiness, if that makes any sense, instead of trying to fill a void. And this is just part of like living and having fun and exploring yourself and just, you know, living your life. Try a new class, try something new, say hi first to someone. And the beautiful thing is, it's not because you need someone, it's because you're open to connection. I actually experienced this recently. I signed up for a 5K. When I tell you, it was a struggle, but your girl did it, and it's a story for another time. But the main thing was that out of that experience, I ended up meeting so many great people. And it's cool because going back to our Sunday, ice cream sundae example, one of the toppings I've realized that I really like doing is like fitness, wellness kind of vibe. So like I like running, jumping, hiking, doing fun active stuff, right? I just like moving. And it was just a really beautiful experience because me signing up for something that I actually enjoy doing, like an activity I like doing, led to me meeting new great people. And that just goes to show you that when you focus on just making, like, building yourself up into being a better person and actively pursuing things that just make you genuinely happy, will allow room for those people that are supposed to be in your life that you're supposed to bump into. It's just genuinely so beautiful just to meet other humans that are just, you know, living their best life too and trying their best with things. So essentially, doing something that you wanted to try actually allows for connections to come naturally. And that's the point. When you start filling your life with things that you naturally enjoy or things that you want to do, that truly opens room for you to bump into some extraordinary people and create space for people to enter. And you don't have to force these things. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to connect. Now we're going to be talking about our shift in perspective, because perspective truly changes everything. The question you need to be asking yourself is, what is this season trying to teach me? Because what if this season isn't here to hurt you, but actually here to build you? Because to be honest, social media shows us a lot of stuff, but it doesn't really necessarily show us everything. Because a lot of times people will see people getting married, people having babies, people in relationships, people seeing all these things online, right? But to be honest, if you truly look at it, who were those people before they were married? They were single. Who were those people before they ended up having all those friends? They probably were chilling by themselves for a certain period of time. You can feel like you're feeling behind or you feel so alone, but realistically, these people that you're seeing were probably in a very similar stage of life that you're in right now. And comparison is truly the thief of joy, because to be honest, comparing yourselves to all these different other people on social media is not going to help, because realistically, these people were probably in a similar season where they were just figuring themselves out, learning as they go, and they were just growing as a person. We're all in different seasons of our lives. And the funny thing is, this may be the only season where it is truly just you. No noises, no distractions, no obligations, and truly just space to grow. Because one day it's going to be full of noise, people, and responsibilities. And the funny thing is, you're going to look back at this season that you're in now and wish you were back in this season, because you feel just so bombarded by all these just different things going on in your life, or just people. And you're going to be like, wow, I remember when it was just me and I was like feeling real sad and wanted to be around XYZ, and now look at you. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just so beautiful to just truly appreciate the season that you're in currently. And I mean, even if you're in a season where you do feel like a bunch of stuff is going on, you know, just take advantage of every season that you're in. And I know when you're going through this season, give yourself grace, because whenever you win a season, you're always like, dang, I don't really know if I like this season. But then sometimes you look back like, man, I missed that season. And that's just the funny thing about life, because truly gratitude will just get you so far. Because some seasons are going to be noisy, some seasons are going to be quiet. It's just important to learn and discover in all phases of your life. Now it's time to take action. So this month we are going to keep it simple yet intentional. This month I truly want us to connect with ourselves. And don't get me wrong, we're not going to be running around doing anything crazy, but just being intentional about our time and what we're doing for ourselves and with ourselves. The main thing is, I don't want us to distract ourselves. Listen, I don't want us to distract ourselves. I want us to discover ourselves. So this month, let's not distract ourselves, but discover ourselves and give ourselves grace to just explore. So we're going to break it down into 3 different things. So I want us to try something small, whether that is like maybe a new hairstyle, nail color, try a new food place, and just do it for the fun of it. Like truly think about internally, like, man, what is something small I can do just for me that's just going to be fun? And this is just something small, itty bitty, kind of like a step in the direction of like, I just did it. Number 2, we're going to be trying a hobby, whether that is painting, whether that is drawing, whether that is writing, whether that's biking. Trying a hobby and just encouraging yourself to try something new and connect with yourself truly. And during that time, I truly want you to just allow yourself to experience that moment and do it for you, you know? Because a lot of times, sometimes we won't try something because we're waiting for someone to do it with us. Do it for yourself and just allow that time to just truly embody what is going on. And number 3, you are going to be making a secret between you and your inner child. This isn't for everyone to know, but essentially let your inner child be embraced. For example, you can go and do a fun activity, like let's say you can buy chalk and then just allow yourself to color on the sidewalk like a kid. I mean, to be honest, you can even do like cartwheels in the middle of a park. I just want you to experience playfulness within yourself once again. Because the goal isn't just to fill time, it's to build a life that you love and enjoy being in. By the end of this, you might actually be surprised on how much being alone doesn't feel so lonely. And the thing is, learning to be alone doesn't necessarily mean isolating yourself forever. It's about being so comfortable with you that your happiness doesn't depend on who's around. And then when people come into your life, it's a beautiful addition to your life, because your life is already so filled. And remember, some people might just be in your life for a season, and that's okay. That's why cherishing the season that you're in is so important. So if you're in a season right now where you feel so alone, you are not behind. You are simply in an active pursuit of discovering yourself. And don't worry, because I am right there with you. And if this is something you felt like you needed to hear, just know I'm giving you a huge hug through this camera right now, like squeezing you. And if you like conversations like this, as we simply try to figure out this life together, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe because we're just getting started. Also, comment the heart emoji of what your favorite ice cream flavor is. Mine, as you guys can tell, is this one, chocolate. And comment like what you think you're gonna try this month for a hobby. I don't know, it could be some random like paper mache. I don't know. I haven't done that in a really long time. And if you want to connect more on the day-to-day stuff, I just restarted my Instagram, so it's a clean slate. I'm sharing like fun little worksheets, fun little hobbies, and I'm going to be asking you guys questions over there too. So come join me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.